Good morning. I'm Martin Ferrer and these are the top stories today. A lawsuit is threatening to embroil Donald Trump in one of the American hard-right's favorite conspiracy theories that the murder of Democratic Party staffer Seth Rich was connected to the hack of DNC emails during last year's presidential campaign. Fox News ran a story in May that blamed Rich for the hack and implied he had been murdered by Clinton acolytes as payback. Our chief reporter in the U.S., Ed Pilkington, has been sifting through the web of connections exposed by the legal action, which has been brought by a Washington, D.C. detective who says Fox fabricated quotes from him to support the false story. The biggest bombshell is that the president was given advance notice about the malicious story and allegedly pushed for its immediate publication in a week when he was besieged over his own connections to Russia. Still with Trump, and senior White House advisor Kellyanne Conway refused to say whether special counsel Robert Mueller was safe in his job. Pushed by ABC host George Stephanopoulos, she would only say that Trump was not discussing firing the former FBI chief from his ultra-sensitive role investigating links between Trump, aides and Russia. Privacy victory. New legislation will grant Britons the right to force social media companies and online traders to delete their personal data. The plans were floated by Theresa May during the election campaign and promised in the Queen's speech. But they appear to have toughened since then, as people will have the right to see all their personal data deleted by companies, not just social media content relating to the time before they turned 18. Matt Hancock, the Minister for Digital, said it would amount to a right to be forgotten by companies. Autumn of discontent. Thousands of pro-supporters are planning to stage an anti-Brexit rally outside the Tory party conference in Manchester. The demonstration, set for the 1st of October in Platfields near the city's conference centre, will involve groups thought to be planning an autumn of discontent against Brexit. A large protest is set for London on the 9th of September. The row over how Brexit is being handled by the government deepened at the weekend, with Downing Street forced to deny reports that Theresa May had agreed to pay a £36 billion divorce bill to the EU in order to get on with detailed trade and exit talks. Britain shot in Brazil. A British woman has been shot after her family mistakenly drove into a favela near Rio de Janeiro, Brazilian media have reported. The woman was hit twice in the abdomen, newspaper O Globo said, when the car she was in with her husband and 3 children was fired upon in the popular beach area of Angra dos Reis. No one else was hurt. Police said the family, who have not been named, were possibly the victims of a misunderstanding when they drove on after allegedly being told to stop by gunmen. IVF threat. 13 areas of England have restricted or halted IVF treatment since the start of the year, with others considering similar steps according to data provided by Fertility Network UK. The cost savings in areas such as Wirral and Swindon, where the number of free IVF cycles has been reduced from 3 to 1, defy national guidelines and have brought warnings of a postcode lottery for couples trying to have children. The figures also show that over the past 4 years the number of clinical commissioning group CCGs in England offering 3 full cycles of IVF has fallen by 46%, from 50 in 2013 to 27 this year. Sea lice feast on fresh meat in Australia after teenager left bloodied. Beware of the lice. Visitors to Australia already have to be wary of spiders, snakes and crocodiles, but flesh-eating sea lice can possibly be added to the list after a Melbourne teenager suffered severe bleeding after being attacked while taking a paddle at the city's Brighton beach. Sam Kanize was treated in hospital to staunch the bleeding, which appeared to be caused by sea lice, although experts were stumped as to the exact cause. One said he had never seen a case like it. Lunchtime read. Diana's image burnished, not tarnished. Diana with her sons, Harry and William. Photograph. Julian Parker at press via Getty Images. After the most controversial television program for years was aired last night, our critic Mark Lawson says Diana, in her own words, is likely to enhance the reputation of the late princess rather than do it any damage. Fears about it being exploitative are balanced by the presence of 2 people who were close to her, Dr. James Coldhurst and Patrick Jeffson. And despite some often sly editing and hard-to-justify details about her sex life, the extensive archive footage used to pad the program out portrays the image of a loving mother in the same way as her son's own recent documentary and has the same right to be shown. Sport. Usain Bolt has dismissed suggestions his shock World Championships defeat by Justin Gatlin in the 100 meters was a disaster for athletics and has hailed the American as one of the best competitors he has faced. Boos rang out inside the London Stadium on Sunday as Gatlin, a twice-convicted drugs cheat, stood atop the podium before the start of the evening session, which saw the American, Tori Bowie, pit Ivorian Marie-José Torlu with a dive across the line in the women's 100 meters final. England will begin today's 4th day of the 4th test firmly in the driving seat after Moeen Ali's thrilling counterattack left South Africa in the lurch. And Arsene Wenger has called on Arsenal to build on their Community Shield victory against Chelsea by making an intense and spirited start to the new Premier League season. Business staycations have become more popular as Britons cut back on spending amid rising living costs and Brexit uncertainty, according to figures from Visa Today. A fall in flight bookings helped spending on transport to drop 6.1%, and we're also splashing less on clothes 5.2% and cars. If you are going abroad, the pound is up very slightly on the dollar to $1.305 but is continuing its slump against the euro at a meager €1.106. The paper's a bit of a mixed bag on Monday's front pages. The Mail splashes with news that 1 in 4 care homes are not fit for purpose, saying that a watchdog has found 2,000 out of 5,300 homes have been found to be inadequate or in need of improvement. The Times has the headline NHS abuse of mental patients endemic and reports record levels of violence and abuse in mental health trusts last year. The Guardian says that 13 areas of England have either restricted or completely halted IVF treatment since the start of the year according to new data, which implies local cuts in funding are having a severe effect. The Mirror has tracked down the father of Henri Paul, the driver of the car in which Princess Diana was traveling when it crashed. The splash headline is Brit cops told me there was plot to kill Diana. The front page of The Guardian. Photograph. The Guardian. The Telegraph reports reaction to a Sunday Telegraph story that a £36 billion Brexit bill for the UK leaving the EU could be rammed through while the cabinet is away on holiday. The Sun splashes on the ordeal of British model Chloe Ayling, who says she was lured to Italy for work only to find herself cuffed, drugged and stuffed in a bag by alleged sex slave traders. The FT leads with the news that banks have racked up $150 billion in U.S. fines since start of the financial crisis. For more news, www.theguardian.com. Sign up if you would like to receive The Guardian morning briefing by email every weekday at 7 a.m. Sign up here.